ladies with Healthy Fit here, and welcome to Barre and Yoga Shredded. I'm so excited for our workout today. We are incorporating a few pieces of equipment. We've got our resistance loop. If you have the plastic version of this, make sure you check, or the rubber version, make sure you check it for any tears or anything that might compromise the band before you put it on for safety. We've got our bender ball. Any small squishy ball will do for the ball elements. And we have our gliding discs. So if you don't have a set of gliding discs, please feel free to reach out to me and I can hook you up with a pair. But you can also use paper plates. So grab your equipment, go ahead and set your fitness watch and get your water, and let's get started. Don't forget that if you don't have a bar, like I am at a hotel today, I'm going to be using a chair instead. Let's go ahead and put our band on our upper thighs here. We're going to start with one of our gliding discs for our first warm-up movement. We want to ball of our foot on that gliding disc, sitting back into a squat, and then lunging back. Squat. Chest up nice and tall. Lunge. We want to make sure that our knees are in alignment with the toes on that lunge. Let me show you from a different angle. Chest up nice and tall. Nice athletic arms. Keep those heels on the ground. We're almost there. Stick with me. We're going to switch sides in just a moment. Switching that gliding disc to the other foot. Again, feet shoulder width apart, driving towards the outside. That band is giving you that resistance. Check your alignment once again, that your knees are in alignment with the toes. They don't intersect like the train tracks, and as you come down, those knees stay in alignment. We don't want the knee to track the inside on either direction. Feeling this in my legs already. What about you? Got a great workout plan for you today, combining the best of Barre and yoga, as always, with Barre and Yoga Shredded. Keep that core engaged. Wiggle those toes for me. Make sure on those squats your weight is in the heels, chest up nice and tall. Sitting back like you're aiming for that chair. Now remember, you have the chair here for balance as well, so if you ever need it, just set your hand on there for balance and stability. Next move, curtsy, side lunge. I'm going to turn to the side first. To show you, we're going to stay on one side, pushing back into the curtsy, tap, side lunge, keeping your butt back, feet parallel, curtsy. Now if you don't have a paper plate or that gliding disc, you can still do any of the movements that we're doing today without them, just tapping. The disc adds a level of difficulty to the movement because you have to control. Keeping our chest up. If you're feeling this at all on your knee, I want you to shift your weight to the front so you feel it in your butte. Tap, side. Again, nice athletic arms, using the chair as needed. Pushing back into the glute, controlling that disc. One more on this side, and then we're going to switch to the other side. All right, switching to the other side again, using your chair as needed for balance. I'm going to scoot over, crossing behind, and side lunge. Pushing back into the glute, knee tracking in with the toe. You got this. You should be feeling those curtsies on the side of the leg here, yes? All along the outside of the leg. Now if your band rolls up, If you don't have a fabric-based band like this one, it may roll up on some of these exercises. That's okay. We can fix it at the end of the exercise round. Pushing back into the glutes. Squeeze close. Use those muscles to activate the adductor on the inside of the leg. Squeeze. We've got 15 seconds left. Keep it up. Getting that bar burn going on, yes. Our next move, sun salutation. If you're not getting down on the floor, you're gonna use your chair here. When we go into plank, plank on the chair, pushing back into down dog, feeling that great stretch all the way up your leg. All right, here we go. Everyone join me, big inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back like a 7. Feel that good stretch, yes? Exhale, step it out, away from your chair, on your knees or toes. Nice long line through the spine. Hands are stacked under those shoulders. Pull your hands towards the outside of the mat to open up your chest. Let's push back into our heels, down dog. Pressing those heels to the floor. Transfer the weight again, exhale. Nice long line through the spine, plank. Again, you can be on your knees here, and then come up, pressing into your down dog. Plank, nice long line through the spine, don't let your hips drop, core is engaged. Whether you're on your knees or toes, or on the chair, you got that nice long line of the spine. All right, step it in, and roll it up. Big shoulder roll for me. Glute bridge. So we have a couple options here. Standing option, squat and reach for a small back bend. You're looking up at the sky here. You can also do a glute bridge along the wall. Or if you have a surface like a sturdy sofa or bench, that would be another option. Otherwise, join me on the floor for our glute bridge. Pressing up, creating that nice long line through the spine. Feet are parallel, hip distance apart. We don't want those knees to cave in, so leave some space. If you feel like your knees are caving in, we can always add that ball in the middle to create that stability. Flexing the foot, press it up. Press, press, press. Is your foot flexed? I want you to feel this all the way down your leg. Yes? Say yes. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching legs. If you're in the chair, you can do these from a seated position or a standing position behind the chair, pressing your leg to the back. Keep going. We've got a couple more. What I mean, if you're standing, pressing right here. Press, press, flexing the foot. Couple more. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's our warm-up. Check your heart rate. Get a sip of water. It's time to work. Our protocol for today's workout, we have a bar movement. We're going to do those for 90 seconds, followed by a quick 10-second transition, and then 90 seconds for our yoga movement. Some of our bar movements we'll be doing one side, then yoga, and then repeat on side 2. Grab your disc for the first movement. Feet shoulder width apart in our squat. Then we want to rond de jambe to the back and close. Take it a little bit wider. Squat, chest is up nice and tall. Rond de jambe, squeeze it closed. So when we squeeze it closed, we can be in that first position with our feet comfortably out to the side. Slide it out, squat, rond de jambe, and zip it closed. Squeezing those adductors. I want you to squeeze. Squat, rond de jambe to the back. Rond de jambe means just make a circle with your leg. It's a fancy way of saying that, isn't it? Squat, rond de jambe, squeeze. Take it wide. We're gonna add on here. Rond de jambe, let's do the attitude lift. lift. Pointing the toe, the foot is slightly turned to the outside, squeeze, 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna bring it back on the disc and close. So we're adding that in, rond de jambe, and we're gonna do that for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5. Using the chair for balance if you need it. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, that makes your leg burn, doesn't it? Last one. 8, 7, 6. Feel grounded in that foot. I want you to spread the weight out between the heel, the balls of the feet, and all of your toes. And squeeze it close. All right. Grab your ball. Put that ball in there. In a chair position, so we can have our hands out here. Squeeze the ball. Squeeze. Squeeze. Squeeze those thighs together like a thigh master. Am I dating myself? Squeeze. Squeeze. You got this. So for the second set, I might change it up a little bit. We'll do something a little bit different. Rest, bring it back down. I want you to focus on getting that good depth. Arms up nice and wide, squeeze, squeeze. Are you squeezing the ball together? So we don't want it on your knees. It's a little bit higher than your knees to really activate the legs. Oh my goodness, we've got 30 seconds left. I know, it'll be worth it, I promise you. Hold it here. Come into prayer. Squeeze, squeeze it together. Let's lift one heel, other heel. Lift, control. Staying in that bent position. And rest, shake it out. Quads on fire. All right, we gotta switch to the other side. Again, you can use your chair for balance as needed. In that first position, you only need the glider under one foot. Pointing the toe, coming out, squat. Chest up nice and tall. Rond de jambe to the back, zip it closed. First position, point, squat. Rond de jambe to the back, zip it closed. Point, rond de jambe, and close. You can have your hands kind of wherever you want here. You can have ballet hands. You can have athletic arms. Do what feels good to you. Chest up nice and tall. Rond de jambe, control that. Squeezing your legs together at the end. Are you breaking a sweat? I am. Point. Chest up nice and tall. Let's get a good range of motion on those squats. This is our second round. Let's add now our attitude. If you remember from the back, lift your toe off that, rotating it out slightly. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap your gliding disc. It's right where you left it. And let's repeat that. Around and lift. Slight rotation in the hips. 4, 3, 2, 1. And close. Last time right here. Rond de jambe around and 8, 7. You got this. We're in the home stretch. Don't forget we got that chair next, right? Oh my goodness, rest. All right. I mentioned we're gonna do a little bit something different with our chair this round and work our arms a little bit. So the ball is gonna be in our hands. Coming into our squat, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see. I'm squeezing, pushing the ball together with my arms. If this is too much for your elbows, bring it in. Squeeze, get a little bit lower in that chair spot. like you're reaching for that kindergarten chair, yes? You got this. Squeeze it up. We still have 50 seconds left. That was our little break right there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Bicep curl, down and up. We're squeezing the ball with our arms, activating the bicep. Are those quads burning? Oh my goodness. You got this. Stick with me. We've got 15 seconds to go. And then we're going to be done with this chair move, and we won't see it again for the rest of the workout until the cool down. We're going to do a stretch with it. And come on up. Woo. All right, we're going to keep the ball and one disc under a foot. It doesn't matter which side you start with. Facing the chair if you need it for balance. Taking it back into our curtsy. Pulse. 2, 3. Bring the leg up, and we're going to crunch, driving the elbow towards the knee. Pulse. This is another one we can press into the ball as we're pulsing, and crunch. As we crunch, I want you to really exhale to target that oblique here, right here. Balance, we're working our balance. If you need the chair for balance, you got it. Remember, you don't have to use the disc either. That is an option. So if you're holding onto the chair with one, the other hand is holding your ball. Keep it up. Push. 2, 3. Tap. Pushing back into the glute. Remember, you shouldn't feel any pressure in your knee here. Crunch. Are you exhaling on that crunch? Are you getting down in your lowest curtsy? The outside of your leg should be on fire. All right, we're gonna add on here, change up the move a little bit, single leg squat. So you can kickstand that leg behind you or float the leg. We don't need the ball for this, I'm just holding on to it. I don't know why I'm holding on to it. So we want to try to keep our knee in alignment with that toe on the floor, with your big toe and your second toe. One more. Shake it out. All right, switching sides. Again, you can use your chair for balance as we go through this movement. Pushing back into your curtsy, pulse. 2, 3, tap, crunch. Pulse. 2, 3. Exhaling to target our oblique. Pulse. 2, 3, and crunch. Pushing back. Are you feeling that in your butte? Oh my goodness, right? Are you remembering to exhale to really target that oblique? I want to hear you through the camera exhaling for me. Again, if you have a different type of band, it may not stay put as good as my band. It's okay. We can adjust it later for the next exercise. Driving that knee towards the elbow. Remember, this is balance work. Anytime we come on one foot, we're creating stability. We're working the ankle, all the ligaments and tendons, activating muscles in our foot to keep us balanced and grounded. We've got 10 seconds left. Can you get a little bit lower for me on those last couple? Say yes. I knew you could. Come on. And rest. All right. I forgot that single leg squat right here. We don't want to forget those. Again, we want to keep our knee in alignment with the toe. Pressing through the foot, using that chair if you need it for balance. You don't need the ball. You can certainly set that down. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Okay, our next move, if you're not getting down on the floor, when we walk out to plank, you're gonna plank on your chair, rotating into side plank. You have your arm up to the side. Make sure your shoulder is supported. We're gonna lift and squeeze. So I want your foot flexed for these. You're gonna feel this on the outside leg. We squeeze the ball on the inside. Now we're working in the opposite direction, yes? All right. Big inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, shoulders back. Exhale, step it out to plank on your chair, on your knee or on your toe. We want to make sure our hand is stacked under our shoulder to support. Other arm can come up. Flexing the foot and lift, squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. Give me 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hip is lifted. Rotate, step it back in. We're going to repeat that again. Big inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, shoulders back. Exhale, step it out to plank. On your knee or toe, again, rotating, stacking hand, shoulder, shoulder, hand. Lifting the leg, keeping the hip lifted. Lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate and step it in. We're going to do side 2 in our second round. Side. Big inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, shoulders back. Exhale, step out to plank. On your chair, on your knees or on your toes. Create that nice long line through the spine. Rotate into your side plank. Look at your alignment if you have a mirror. Stacking hands, shoulder, shoulder, hand. Flexing the foot, we're squeezing up. Keeping that hip lifted. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate back into your plank. Step it in and roll it up. We're going to repeat that one more time. Big inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, shoulders back. Nice flat back. Exhale, step it out to plank. On your knees or toes or on your chair. Again, check your alignment. Flexing the foot and lift. Keeping that hip lifted. Lifting and squeezing the leg. Rotate back into plank and step it in. Big shoulder roll for me. All right, next movement. We're gonna use the gliding disc here. Working on a lunge. Feet are shoulder distance or hip distance apart. Gliding disc is under one leg because we're gonna stick with that leg. Lunging back. Again, your feet are like train tracks. If your foot starts to come out to the side, I want you to take your feet wider and closer together for this, to keep that good alignment. Lunging back, pulse. 2, 3, and tap. 2, 3, tap. We want to add the ball in here once you get the move. Pulse. 2, 3, up, switch arms. Pulse. 2, 3, up. Check those knees, that they're in alignment with the toes, yes? Sinking down into your lowest lunge. Arms are nice and strong. Shoulder height. Shall we change it up a little bit? Are you ready to change it up? Let's go under this time. I need to step a little bit away from my chair. Pulse. 2, 3, up. Pulse. 2, 3, up, pulse, 2, 3, take it under like a basketball player. All right, set this down. Stay on your same standing leg into your 3-point balance. Using the chair as needed here, or go down to the floor. Lift and squeeze, pointing that back toe. Are you feeling that in your butt cheek? Say yes. Oh my goodness. 2, 1. Roll it up. All right, set aside your disc. We're gonna use that when we go to side 2. Yoga's first, warrior 2. So if you wanna scoot your band up to get it out of the way for this, to get full opening, I am going to do that. I'm gonna slide it up a little bit more. Warrior 2, you can use your chair for balance here. Arms are out nice and wide, strong shoulders. Leg is bent. Other foot perpendicular or at an angle here. Nice deep breaths, inhale and exhale. Sinking into this. Allow your breath to dictate your movement. You don't have to go at the same pace as I'm going. You don't have to go as deep either. Everyone's gonna look different. Hold it here. We're gonna rotate. You can place your hand to support you on your quad or also using your elbow. You can use your chair for support as well here. Quad, calf, or at the floor. I'm gonna sink in a little bit more. Stacking hand, shoulder, shoulder, hand. Find your breath. Nice deep breaths. We're gonna get side 2 after we do our lunges on the second side. Step it in. All right, switching sides. So again, if you're using the chair for balance, you can be facing the chair or have it beside you. I'm gonna go from this angle so you can see it from a different side. Having our ball, arms out nice and wide, sliding back into our lunge. Pulse, 2, 3. Switch hands with the ball. And tap. Nice tall core. Nice tall posture here. Everything's stacked in alignment. So we want, again, our knees in alignment with the toes as we come down and drop into the position. I don't want your knee to cave in the back or the front, so be mindful of that. Pulse, 2, 3. Now if you brought your band up, like I did for that last move, you can scoot it back down. Get a little bit more work out of this move. Engaging your core. Using your leg to help pull that gliding disc along the floor with control. We're going under. Basketball move. Swoop. Trick move, right? Switch. 3, 2, 1. I almost forgot to switch there. 3, 2, 1. Are your arms getting tired? Even though we don't have weight in our hands today, this can be a good arm workout, yes? 10 seconds left. I forgot to switch there, it's okay. And rest that. 3-point balance. Tipping at the hip, using the chair to support you. Drop down. You also have the option of using your seat for your 3-point balance as well. Your choice. Get some pulses here. Pointing that toe, lifting that leg. Oh my goodness. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sliding that band up if you need a little bit of more mobility. For our warrior 2 on side 2, pointing the front toe to the front, other foot out to the side, arms out nice and wide, sink into that stretch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Hold it here, rotating again onto the thigh, holding your chair, the calf, or the floor, sinking into it. Stacking hand, shoulder, shoulder, hand. We've only got one more round of exercises after this. For this one. Nice deep breaths. Are you getting a good workout? I know I am. Come on up. All right, you can keep your band at the higher position. Sumo squat position, or a wide second plie. Crossing your arms in front. Then open up your chest and squat. Cross, squat, open. Goalpost arms. Opening that chest. Get down nice and low on that squat. I want to keep your heels on the floor. Open that chest. Squeeze. Chest up nice and tall. If your balance is not there today, you can always do these with holding the chair for support, yes? Open. That feels so good on the chest. You should feel when you open this up from your elbow across your chest into your other elbow, that good stretch. Oh my goodness, legs on fire. It'll be worth it, I promise. Did I tell you this is our last round? All right, here we want to hold it. If you want to face your chair, I'm going to do some heel lifts with you. Left and right, left and right. If you're good with this, let's try to do both. Lift and lower. Lift both and lower. Keep your chest up nice and tall. Quads are still on fire. Let's hold it here. Sink down a little bit lower for 8, 7, 6, 5. Stick with me. Legs are shaking. Oh my goodness. And release. All right. Last move from our sumo squat position. Chest up nice and tall. Tap, tap. Chest up nice and tall. Get a little bit lower for me. This is our last working move before the cool down. You got this. We are in the home stretch. If you can get a little bit lower, do that for me. We're gonna change it up. I'm backing up. So we're gonna walk forward now. Forward, forward, back, back. Forward, forward, back, back. Staying low, chest is up nice and tall. If you have a shirt with a logo on it, you should be able to see that logo in the mirror. All right, stay here. Grab the ball. We're gonna squeeze that ball in a narrow squat position right here. Squat, squat. The ball is more just to keep your alignment for this finisher move. We've got 8 seconds left. My heels are off the ground for these last couple. and rest. Oh my goodness. Get rid of the ball, get a sip of water, take off your band. The hard work is over. Now, if you're not getting down on the floor today, we go into our squat. Squat right here at your chair, and then sit down. We're gonna cross either at the ankle, leaning forward, or cross over the thigh. No pressure on the ankle, leaning forward for that stretch. Otherwise, join me for our standing option. You can always use your chair for balance. Chair. We're not gonna hold it like we did for our workout. Crossing over into that figure four stretch. Using the chair for balance, putting your hands in prayer. The lower you sink down into this seated position, the more you're gonna feel it on the outside of the leg. Come on up, let's do that on the other side. Squat. Again, if you're in the chair, you're at the ankle or over the thigh. No pressure on the ankle joint itself. There we go. Let that feel yummy. I know my legs need that. One more time on each side. Again, if you're in the chair, you're leaning forward over that leg to get that same stretch. One more on this second side here. And come together. Our sun salutation here, we'll be doing runner's lunge. So from a plank, if you're not getting down the floor, stepping forward into a runner's lunge to the outside of the chair, rotating and reach, twisting to the outside. Otherwise, join me on the floor. Here we go. Big inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, shoulders back. Got that nice long 7. Let's just hold it here for a little stretch. Feeling it all the way down the leg, yes? Exhale down into forward fold. Stepping out into a plank on your chair, on your knees or on your toes. Nice long line through the spine. Take a big step with one of your legs to the outside of your hands or the outside of your chair if you're standing. Rotate and reach. Nice little gentle spinal stretch. Again, you can be on your knees or your toes here or the chair option. Let's do that on the other side. Stepping into your plank, to the outside of the other foot or other side of your chair. Rotate and reach. Stacking hand, shoulder, shoulder, hand. Sink down into that stretch. I want you to feel it on the underside of the leg, yes? Back to your plank. Go ahead and step it in. Roll it up. All right. Our next sun salutation, we'll be doing a hip flexor stretch. So if you're standing, you're gonna be right here in your hip flexor stretch. Bring your arms up here. You can always have one hand on the chair for balance. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Half lift, shoulders back. Stick out that butte. Back into your plank. Step forward into that runner's lunge again and drop down to one knee. Or you're stepping and lifting your chest up if you're in the standing position like so. Reach your arms up, shoulders away from your ears. Find your balance, tuck under that back toe, and press yourself up into that crescent lunge. Step it in. We're gonna do that on the other side. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it out to plank. Stepping forward on the second side. Drop to your knees. If you're on the floor, reaching up into that hip flexor stretch. Shoulders away from the ears. Curl that toe under. Press up into crescent lunge. Again, your alignment on this, your knees and toes should be in good alignment. We want to practice this in our Barre and Yoga Shredded, so when we do functional everyday movements, it comes second nature to our muscles. All right, side lunge, rotate, reach. If you're using the chair, from behind, step to the side, rotate and reach. You can also rest on your quad, the outside of your calf, or reach down towards the outside of your foot. Push back into your glutes. Feel that good stretch in the underside of the leg here, yes? All right, let's do the other side. Stepping, pushing back into the glute. Your feet should be parallel, rotating here, using the chair for balance, your quad, outside of your calf or your foot. All right. Our last movement, glute bridge to boat. If you are using your chair, from a seated position, your feet are parallel in front. You're gonna push up off the chair, glute bridge, come back to seated, lean back into your boat. So you're not resting your back on the side of the chair. You would lean back slightly without touching. All right, otherwise join me on the floor. So this is a two-part movement. Feet are parallel, hands beside you for support or under your bottom if needed. Glute bridge, squeezing, creating that nice long spine through the tailbone all the way up to your neck. Hold, 2, 3. Come on up into boat. Couple options. Digging your heels into the ground. Nice long line here. Flexing the foot or more into a V. All right, glute bridge. Hold, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna hold it 4 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And boat. Remember your options. Engaging the core, creating that nice long line. Don't try to pull your head forward. I want you looking at an angle like you have a string coming from your head, pulling it back slightly. Back to our glute bridge. Feet should be parallel, hip distance apart. Squeezing those butt cheeks. 4 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Did you notice I'm extending the time we do each of these? Each time. Core is engaged. Nice long line through the spine, leaving space under your chin here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Pressing up, holding it here, squeezing those butt cheeks. Now again, if you feel like your knees are caving in on these glute bridges, you always have the option of using a ball. 8, 7, 6, you got this. Keep your butt lifted. Don't drop it down yet. We're working our lower back part of our core for this. And then we're switching it into boat. Working the front. Remember your options. Choose your option. Keep breathing and smile because this is our last move. 8 seconds left. Keep breathing. Are you shaking? 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Come to a seated position. If you're in the chair, I'd like for you to have your feet firmly planted, toes pointed to the front for good postural alignment. Get your sits bones adjusted whether you're in the chair or on the floor. I want them firmly grounded, your vertebrae stacked one on top of the other. Feel that string pulling your head up. Nice tall posture. Big inhale up. Exhale, chest opener. Let's rotate and twist to one side. Gently look behind you. Again, think lengthening the spine. Other side, big inhale up. Exhale. Thank you for joining me today for Barre and Yoga Shredded. Don't forget to tag me in your sweaty selfie at Killa Price at Healthy Fitness Life Coach. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Barre and Yoga Shredded. I'd love to know what you thought of today's workout. I appreciate you. I will see you next time. Don't forget to stop your fitness watch because the hard work is over.